So looking back at the path of YAH, I wanted to share a word study I've done on mercy of YAH. Psalms 25:10 tells us all the paths of YAH are mercy and truth unto such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. So I felt like this verse showed the importance of keeping his covenant, keeping his ways, that I might be surrounded with his mercy and truth. In Exodus 34, we're given the attributes of YAH. Here YAH is speaking to Moses and gives him 13 attributes of who he is according to his own words. And it made me think, this is Moses. Imagine he's already seen and heard him at the burning bush and taken off his shoes because the ground was holy. And he's appeared before Pharaoh and displayed the greatness of YAH and seen the Israelites leave Egypt, not just because they're done being slaves, but leaving with the treasures of Egypt. Walked through the Red Sea on dry ground. Seen YAH turn waters sweet at Marah, provided perfectly for them every day, providing manna in the morning. And that continues on for 40 more years. Seen the mountain at Sinai. Seen YAH appear and hear his voice again, given the covenant, come down off the mountain, smashing that covenant at the sin of the people and going back up again to receive the second set of tablets. And here, finally, he asks YAH to show him his glory. And here YAH is telling him these attributes. And I thought that was amazingly hilarious. So Exodus 34 verse 6 tells us he is merciful and gracious, long-suffering and abundant in goodness and truth. Psalms 86 verse 15 perfectly reflects that verse and says, "But you, O Lord, are the merciful and compassionate God, slow to anger, abundant in kindness and truth." What I thought was amazing about this verse, not only does it reflect the same words, but it actually capitalizes these words as if they're names. So these attributes are so who YAH is that it's almost treated as names in this verse. When I don't know how to spell a specific Hebrew word, I use Blue Letter Bible to find the Hebrew spelling. And here we have that merciful or mercy as Het Samek Dalet, which is defined kindness, piety, reproof, beauty, favor, good deedliness, kindly, loving kindness, merciful, mercy, pity, reproach, wicked thing. Of all of these words, I expected to see pity, but I was looking more for like forgiveness. We're told again and again in how many songs that YAH's mercy covers us. And then the reproach and wicked thing, I really didn't know what to do with those words. So if I look at the paleo, the Het Samek Dalet, I see Het as a protected area. Think of a luscious pasture for a prize bull, not some tiny little pen that we see animals in today, but 10 acres or more, fully fenced, perfectly provided for, lush grass, just the right amount of dandelions and clover, everything that animal would need nutritionally, a bubbling brook with fresh water, fresh air, sunshine, a big boulder to scratch on, shade trees, like everything perfectly provided for. The Samek, I see engineered structure, maybe a path you're following, the absolute instructions given out in scripture. And Dalet, that doorway, I have a choice. Do I enter in? Do I stay in the doorway, or do I just choose to pass on by? So putting that all together, I have Chesed, the Het Samek Dalet, the protected exclusive area of the engineered structure format of the kingdom as instructed. As you've chosen or entered into the door, his kindness surrounds his, or maybe his kindness surrounds who chooses to be his. So you can choose to enter the refuge. You can choose to proclaim the majesty of Yahweh with exuberance. Again and again through scripture, we're told to choose life. So in Klein's dictionary, Het Samek Dalet is defined kindness, goodness, mercy, affection, lovely appearance. In the plural, they assembled, When else do we see Yah's kindness but in the Moedim when we're told to assemble? And then we have a derivative spelling, the Het, Samek, Wa, Dalet. And that's defined graceful, charming. None of those words did I expect to find in the definition of mercy. Psalms 136 verse 1 tells us, "Give thanks to Yahweh, for he is good. His kindness endures forever." In many versions, it says his mercy endures forever. So I appreciate this version that used kindness instead, because that is really his point of who he is his kindness. So I hope that's a helpful look at Hesed and a demonstration of how useful a tool Klein's dictionary is when looking at scripture, and the importance of looking at Yah's word as he said it, not with my own assumptions or opinions, but actually what his word says.